Welcome, Insight families, to Learning Coach University. This is Vanessa McKenzie, the Media and Community Liaison, and I'll be covering some important topics today. Our agenda today is we're going to be covering Insight's re-registration for 2024-25 school year, the California state testing, socialization opportunities for students, and learning coach connections. To let you guys know that the re-registration period has started. It is a requirement for each student that is enrolled. There's multiple ways to complete the task. I will go over each one of those, and then how to enroll a new student will also be covered. There are three ways that you can re-register. One is using your computer and signing into the OLS, the K-12 app, or you can register by phone, chat, or text. Text you must have enabled with Insight. If you would wish to follow along through the process, you can go ahead and scan the QR code that you see in front of you. Scanning the QR code is going to take you to the OLS where you can sign in and begin the process and follow along with the slides. I'm going to cover the K-12 app and the differences in what you're going to expect from the OLS. So for the K-12 app, we are going to sign in. We're going to select our student. If we have multiple students, we're going to be doing this multiple times. We're going to go down the menu till we see the tab that says re-registration. You should say it's time for us to re-register, and the next screen that it takes you to, you're then going to follow it all the way down. You're going to see your student's name, and you're going to click on the tab that's underneath. It may say something slightly different than what you're seeing on your screen. And then you can then start the registration process that I'll show you in the next slides. If you have a new student that you're going to be enrolling for the following year, this little plus button that you see that I'm circling will be what you do to click or add them so that you can register multiple students at once. So, like the K-12 app, the OLS has a very similar process, but just a different look. So, once you sign in, maybe through the QR code or you went directly to the login website, you're then going to see this menu. It may look different from this demo account, but on the left hand side, this menu that's over here, you're going to start by going all the way to the bottom where it says re registration for fall. You're going to be clicking on that link to begin the registration process. So just like the K-12 app, it's going to have a similar look and feel with the added bonus over here on the side of the 800 number that you can call, the chat and the text if you need assistance. You're then going to find over here where it says it's time to register, just like you see in the K-12 app. You're going to scroll down, find your student. There may be more information, less information than what you're seeing in this demo account. You're going to be looking for Insight Schools of California, the 24-25 school year, or something similar, where it says current status and action required. You're going to then scroll over to your right where it says click here, just like I highlighted. Once you click here, you're going to start the process. And you will notice that you're going to have three options once you click into the process. Registering, yes, they are returning. Not registering, no, they are not returning. And undecided, not sure if they're returning. You can edit your selection within the registration window. And just like we talked before in the K-12 app, there will be that new enrollment student. So again, that little plus sign will be able to enroll a new student as well as re-register your current student to save time. Once you hit click here, you're going to be moved on to the next screen. So in this process, you see a drop-down menu that I'm highlighting. You can click the little button down here, the little triangle, and then you're going to have those three options that we discussed in the previous slide. If you're at this time not ready to make that decision, you can click back to return to dashboard. This button is going to be important for the rest of the process. So just get familiar to where that location is. If you know now, you can then click submit and move on to the next stage if you are re-registering. If you're choosing not to return or you are undecided at this time, you do not have to do anything else. However, your student will be dropped at the end of the re-registration period. It's recommended that if you have an expected graduate or you are in the undecided, that you actually choose re-register, not only to hold a spot, but for any unexpected situations that might happen. and in any repeated messages via text or calls that you may experience. If you have chosen to re register, there's going to be 3 steps that you're going to do from this point. The first step is address validation. If you've chosen to re register, you will be prompted for an address validation. If your address has not changed, you will need to confirm. If your address has changed, you will be prompted to follow steps to change your address. Once you finish the address validation, a re registration survey will appear on the dashboard. You may have to return to the dashboard to see, like that button I showed earlier. It will take approximately 10 minutes and ask you about 15 questions to help the registration process, and if you need any changes or need further assistance. Step 3 is the compliance items. Once you've completed the survey, you'll need to click on the Return to Dashboard button. You will see that the last step of registration will ask that you upload any required documents and give you the ability to check on the re registration process. What documents you need to upload for compliance will depend on your family and students' individual needs. Any questions or help with documents, reach out to your student's academic advisor or AA. Now we will cover the California state testing, dates, what to expect, and how to prepare. We have 2 upcoming California state testings that are happening in the month of April. The LCAP, April 22nd through the 26th. This is for English learners who meet the criteria for LPAC reclassification. Tests will be sent notifications about the LPAC and how to test for it. Tests will be both virtual and in person, but more information will be available closer to the date. For CAPS testing, April 29th through May 3rd, testing is required for the 11th and 12th graders. Students will be testing on English, math, and science. Testing will take place virtually using your student's school provided computer. How do you prepare your students for tests? Talk about the LCAP and CAS tests with your student. Ensure your child is not anxious and prepared to do their best. Ease any nervousness by telling your student to do the best they can do, that it will not count towards their grade. Run a checklist on your student's computer to make sure it's working properly. Contact help desk early if you find any issues. Again, we have practice tests that are located for the LPAC and CAFs if they would like to, with these links, if they would like to run a practice test. And then make sure your student has a good night's rest and nutritional breakfast before testing. So the computer checklist over here, like webcam, microphone, internet connection, audio, any issues, please contact help desk early, because as we get closer to the test, they may be really busy. So now we're going to cover socialization opportunities for students. We have clubs, newsletters, and outings that we provide. So if your student is looking for ways to connect with other students, these are like perfect opportunities to do that. Opportunities that you can find will be Inside of California provides multiple opportunities for socialization and enrichment. Some of these are virtual clubs, support groups, and monthly newsletters. So these monthly newsletters is what houses these opportunities where you can easily find them, as well as our activities page. I'm going to show you those both briefly and what to expect when you are actually searching them up. You could also scan the QR code to find it directly. But you can see here, there's also activities that are listed for students to find. So the activities newsletter is going to have current outings, club information, and counseling support groups and resources, and also the Stride K-12 national activities. So now I've switched over to the activities newsletter, and you can see it's our activities page. We have ways to make friends at Insight. We have social media links that students can access, as well as a counseling website. Our new outings listed. Again, this changes all the time. Daily, I'm going through this and editing them. So right now, we currently have 3 major ones: a virtual tour of the museum. We also have career counseling or suggestions as well, right? And then we have the tour of the Sac Zoo. So these 3 are here currently, but it's been up to like 14 at once provided for students at a time. So again, students just have to sign up for these and let me know, which triggers me to let the staff know that there's students that are attending. If we go further down, we're going to have access to the counseling support groups and resources. So again, you can go on those QR codes I provided you guys with on the earlier slide, or during the monthly newsletters that I send out about the new month, you're going to have access to those links. So again, for February, Insight Schools of California. It was a February newsletter that I sent out. Again, you have access to the administrator's message to get to know who the administration is. Really important announcements, again, like the re-registration that we just covered. QR code again, if you guys wanted to go ahead and scan that. Parent guidance classes for mental health series, which I highly recommend. Coaching for parents. Learning Coach University, which you guys are at right now. And shout outs to our Staff of the Month and Student of the Month. How to get honor roll, again, to the activities page, access to more advertisements for upcoming and current activities. Our virtual club schedule, the different clubs we have, the different support groups that we have, the national student engagement opportunities and contests that are available, counseling corner, CCR opportunities was like job training for students, and then much, much more. It changes all the time. So again, like I highly recommend when I send out those newsletters, the monthly newsletters via email, that you guys go and check them out. And if you have any questions, you can always contact me. I know we're going to discuss how learning coaches can connect with each other via the K-12 app, learning coach community, social media, and then again with contact information. The K-12 app is something that I highly recommend. It takes a few minutes to install, but what it does, it offers you the ability to not only keep tabs on your student, but to connect with other learning coaches. It's as simple as scanning this QR code that I have up above, downloading the K-12 app from either the Apple Store or Google Play. Then you're going to log in with your learning coach credentials, the same in your LC account that you guys have to get into your OLS. You're going to click on a community, and then you can join the school community and also the K-12 national community. Having the K-12 app connects you to the learning coach community, where you have options such as learning about news and upcoming events, meetings, help sessions, and more. Connect directly to staff like myself or sign up for new and upcoming events. And then also creating your own posts to ask questions or answer questions. Form an LC group or create an event on your own. Connect to Inside Social Media. We have Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Instagram and Facebook is where we post all of our important information, from upcoming events, field trips, meetings, mental health series lectures, and much, much more. If you miss any of these lectures and would like to view them, this is why following our YouTube page is important. Every single mental health lecture has been reposted and available on links for you to review at any time that you like. There was a lot of information that was covered today. So whether it's questions about this help session or something unrelated, feel free to contact me via email vmckenzie at k12insightcalifornia.org or by phone, either call or text 341-205-0815. Have a good day.